Au revoir les enfants, Goodbye Children is the title of episode 6. It references a great old French movie and it had some themes that were very relevant for this series. It's also relevant to the episode because we are saying goodbye to Laurent, at least for the time being.
You're not coming, are you?
Somebody has to stay behind.
That whole section was really moving. It's Daryl being left alone again. That surprised me a little bit. I was kind of gripped by that because I'm like, wow, he started alone washing up on a beach and now he's getting left alone again. That's what it feels like in the moment.
Go ahead. Play something.
Yeah, I can play guitar. I've been doing it for a year and a half, maybe 2 years. It was kind of hard to play on that guitar on set because it wasn't tuned. But I think they wanted it to not be tuned because who would pick up a guitar after 12 years and just strum it and it would be perfect pitch?
The playfulness of badly singing this amazing song together, this thread became visible between the two of us, which kind of connected us like magnets. And then it went to a really sad place.
I think the most important thing here is with all the violence and all the action and all the thrill and all the drama that you never lose sight of that very simple human emotion of two people saying farewell, potentially for the last time.
I'll make it back.
You can't promise that.
I can't promise that.
I think these two characters, they grow on a sort of mental relationship in season 2, even more than in season 1.
Yeah, I mean, the relationship between Laurent and Daryl, it's very similar to the relationship between Louis and I. We've really bonded quite a bit. We bond over funny things, we tell jokes a lot. But yeah, our relationship's, it's pretty strong. He's a cool kid, for sure.
The Hippodrome sequence was many days. I think it was a full week and multiple units. It was probably the hardest overall sequence we filmed in the whole series.
L'hippodrome, c'est un hippodrome qui se trouve en Île-de-France, qui est un vaste site, un ancien hippodrome qui a eu ses heures de gloire et qui est désaffecté depuis 30 ans.
It's one of the final big events of the season.
Well, the action that happens here in this location is quite extreme. There's a starting gate, which is the horse starting gate at the Hippodrome, and that's going to be the barrier that they erect to stop Jacinta and her warriors from capturing Louis. And it'll be a fierce gun battle.
The sequence is going to be so epic because there's going to be people trying to stop us, getting away and going up in the sky.
We're going to have an explosion as well underneath the car, so Cordon is going to throw a grenade and the car is going to lift on 2 kickers. And then a motorbike following a plane, then the plane taking off.
That was just real plane. If this plane is able to fly, you know, so it's crazy. I loved it.
Very often directors like their toys, they like their ships and their planes and their trains, but they all come with all sorts of problems. You know, it's very complicated, very difficult. We've had to do aerial photography, we've had to do onboard plane photography. Some we've done live, some we've done against green screen. It adds enormous complexity, but it's so rich in terms of the scale and the scope it gives us.
The first thing we've done is we did a big rehearsal with the plane to see if it was possible, and then we worked with a storyboarder and we pretty much draw the whole scene. And here we are, shooting it.
My fondest memory of shooting that whole crazy Hippodrome scene would be Carol laying in the grass, taking that shot, and then looking over and seeing Daryl. Daryl seeing Carol. There was some strange happiness happening there.
The other thing that I loved about it that I didn't even realize till I was standing there when we were doing it, I was like, all the characters are here. All the stories came together in this huge action piece.
Having everybody together, injecting their taste, it's fun to do. It makes it feel like a whole pie.
The channel.
So we end the season in the Channel. The Channel is a tunnel that connects France to England. And the idea that we're positing in episode 6 is that things in England are better, ostensibly, and that would be a place to get to and also a place, it's a little bit closer to home.
Demander de trouver un tunnel qui puisse ressembler au tunnel sous la Manche. Alors certes, il y a beaucoup de tunnels en France, mais un tunnel dans lequel on puisse travailler pendant plus d'1 mois, recréer tout l'environnement visuel du tunnel sous la Manche. Il n'y en a pas beaucoup. Et on a trouvé un décor qui est dans le nord de la France, un tunnel désaffecté.
It's sort of like being in deep space or like being really, really low depths of the ocean. It's claustrophobic, but also pretty enlightening at the same time.
Of course, the channel holds certain unexpected risks and jeopardies that they encounter.
The zombies, I was shocked by their beauty. They are new zombies, they are very different, and they are amazing.
We've been testing these bioluminescent walkers. This fungus that gets underneath the skin glows, and there was a lot of talk at some point of like, well, maybe we can put some LEDs in the prosthetics themselves. The trick with that is the minute the actor moves, if he pulls a wire out, then all of a sudden it doesn't work anymore. It's really, really challenging to get lights underneath a prosthetic makeup. So we opted for some blacklight activated paints. And then we have several full body suits. And we would paint the suits and then put layers of translucent silicone over top of them to diffuse them so it looks like they're actually glowing from underneath.
In the writer's room, we were talking about things that could happen in the channel, and we wanted something a little crazy. We were talking about bats, and there'd be lots of bats there. And then we talked about guano and the effects of ingesting guano. So then we ran with that.
So it's a mix between a kind of reality and kind of dream nightmare, you know.
And then it became about how to give resolve to the Daryl in France story, and how do you also give some kind of resolve, although it ends mysteriously, with Caudron and his brother. That's how we went bat crazy in the writer's room.
Back in season 4, when they were going to kill Carol off, I had gone to the studio and they made a latex of my face. And he used that as, I guess, the preliminary drafts for some of the Carol walkers, which is, I don't know, it's a little disturbing to see. But it's just enough to not totally mutilate Carol in her own mind. Whatever perception she has in that moment of hallucinating and in the depths of her perception of herself, I think it's just enough to make that work for that scene.
We are saying goodbye to this sort of version of Sophia that is haunting Carol.
Her fight for survival is a tribute to Sophia, and it always has been. I think it's a punishment that she may not even deserve. And I think that's what she needs to get beyond. There's so many losses that she had taken responsibility for.
Not that Sophia's gone forever, but this idea that she only sees Sophia as a walker. That walker, Sophia leaves.
You okay?
I think so.
I like ending this season with just the two of them. It's a full circle.
It's an effortless relationship, and you don't need a lot of words to express how they feel about each other.
And that's how close those two characters are.
It's just the two of them now. They're not back in the Commonwealth. They're still in Europe. What's on the other side of the tunnel, and where are they going to go from here? Let's go home.